Good morning, everyone. If you would, go ahead and open up your chat. It'll be at the bottom of your screen. That'll be an important part. We're doing an interactive webinar today and just want to make sure that everyone has the ability to be able to ask questions or to give response. If you would, in the chat, go ahead and let us know where you are coming in from. If you're coming in from Alabama, please put it in the chat. I have. Oh, Rachel, can you take a look at, they're saying that their chat is disabled.
Their chat will be disabled.
I have 3 individuals that said that their chat is disabled.
Their chat will
They are in Q&A. So if you're with us and you're in Q&A, go ahead and let us know in Q&A where you're coming from. Your Q&A button should be right next to your chat button. Wonderful. Thank you, guys. Auburn, Alabama. Cameroon, wonderful. See, we're already global. Ghana, I love it. Nigeria. Nigeria, Birmingham, San Antonio, Texas. Welcome, Texas. Prattville, Montgomery. Yeah, just go ahead and put that information into Q&A. And as we go forward, I just want to make sure that everybody knows this is your time to be able to ask questions about graduate school here at AUM. We will go ahead and get started in about 30 seconds. But we have 8 to 10 people that are on the line with us that can answer any questions that you have. So go ahead and continue letting us know where you're coming from. Quite a few from Ghana. That's fantastic. Auburn employee, War Eagle Austin. Glad to be talking to you. Augustine from Ghana. Welcome. Nigeria. Fantastic. Okay, well, we will go ahead and get started. I'm so excited to have everybody on the call today. We're coming to you live from Auburn University at Montgomery. And today we're going to be discussing graduate school. So I never thought that I'd be able to actually have a family, go to graduate school and work full time. And I was out in the retail sector and was able to pull it together and get my MBA years after I graduated with my bachelor's degree. And it's one of those things where we all kind of question, but you know in the back of your head, it'll certainly be of benefit to you. So thank you. Thank you so much for being here. We have a number of people that are also on the line with us today that are here from the university. Dr. Samir Pandey, who is the Associate Provost for Enrollment Management and Student Success. And we'll get into student success objectives very shortly, but our goal is to support our students from the minute that they become enrolled as graduate students to the minute that they cross the stage and get their degree. We're really excited and we want to make sure you have everything that you need to be successful. Ronnie McKinney is on the line with us, our Director of Admissions, as well as Ashley Warren, who's our Graduate Admissions Coordinator, someone that you will get to know, and Ayush Taneja. So if you're an international student and you're joining us, Ayush is on the line with us. He runs runs our Global Initiatives Department, which is where our international admissions goes through. So excited to have those folks on the line, and they will be answering your questions. So I've got a poll for you guys. It'll come up right now. What's your motivation for pursuing a graduate degree? Regardless of where you go for your graduate studies, what's your motivation for that? Is it money, promotion, recognition, self-achievement? Go ahead and answer the question. Fantastic. Thank you, guys. Y'all are quick. That's terrific. Wow, I'm very impressed. We're going to show you the results of the poll, and most people I would have suspected would have said money, because we know that a graduate degree goes hand in hand with achieving more income. It also is very likely that it could help with a promotion in your future in your career path. But it looks like most people did select self-achievement and special knowledge and skills. That's terrific. We know, especially in technology degrees, that having that specialized knowledge and skills certainly opens up other opportunities for you. And mine was self-achievement as well. I was so excited to be able to get my master's degree and that be something that I achieved, and it was a personal thing for me. So that's wonderful. Thank you so much for answering that. Well, I just want to underscore to you that getting a graduate degree and certainly helps with your income. From the time that you get your bachelor's degree, it's a substantive difference between having your high school diploma to your bachelor's degree. But between the time you get your bachelor's degree and master's degree, the typical expectation from the Department of Labor Statistics here in the United States is that you would get about an 18 to 20% bump in your income level just for achieving a master's degree. Plus, it opens up many more opportunities to you, when you have that extra special thing on your resume. But going hand in hand with that, especially as times are difficult right now, the economy is, well, who knows, but having a master's degree certainly helps in the unemployment side as well. So the higher the achievement of education, the lower the unemployment rate is, the more valuable that you are to your organization or your company. So these two things go hand in hand, and just affirms what you guys have already seen, which is it's highly important to want to achieve that degree. But what else does it do for you? This is probably the one statistic, if nothing else, that I'd like for you to walk away with. In the state of Alabama, 10% of the population holds a graduate or professional degree. In the United States, the total is 13%. So if you have a master's degree and you are applying for positions or jockeying for that next promotion or needed recognition on some level or have those specialized skills, if you have a graduate degree on your resume or are able to show that to your employer, you stand out much better than someone with the same credentials but without a graduate degree. So I hope that all of that just affirms your decision as you move forward today. The graduate programs that AUM offers are graduate degrees that are in areas that we want to make sure not only fulfill your interest and gets those skills that you're looking for, but it's also something that serves the community and meets employer demands. We want to make sure that it's something that's going to give back as well as give to you, so you have a great future to come. The graduate degrees that we offer range from applied economics, we have 3 tracks in that, to education, healthcare administration, business administration, instructional technology and leadership, management information systems, computer science, to school counseling. So I think it's important. We have such a wide range of graduate programs. To take a look at the website, take a look at the different degrees that we offer, but it is a wide breadth of degrees that are available from AUM, and we have some of the lowest tuition for graduate studies in the entire state. So you're important to us. We've talked about affirming your decision of wanting to go back to graduate school, the programs that we have available, but next we're going to get into how to pay for graduate school. So please make sure that you're asking those questions in the chat. I know that I got some questions last night before the webinar even started about what does it take to get into graduate school, or how do I pay for this? Well, next we're going to ask you a quick poll of how do you prefer to attend? Are you planning to be fully online? Or would you like to be on campus? Or is it a hybrid of the two? Okay, do you want to take both online and on-campus classes? Fantastic. Thank you so much. It looks like most people do want to be online. Most people want to be on campus. I was a fully online person and really enjoyed that as well. But it looks about like 74% want to be on campus, 14% online. We offer both fully online programs as well as on-campus programs. It just depends on the program. And many times, several of the classes in your program will be online as well. So we happen to use a learning management system called Blackboard Ultra, and you will use that throughout your time as a grad student here at AUM. Thank you for the poll. So what does it take to become a graduate student? We at AUM just want to make this as simple as possible. If you have a completed bachelor's degree from an accredited college, we will waive the GRE and GMAT test. Okay, so I don't know about you, but taking those standardized tests wasn't my favorite thing to do for several hours on a Saturday. But here at AUM, we want to make sure that you have every opportunity to waive that. Once you send in your transcripts from all of the colleges from which you attended, so you got your accredited college or university degree, you send those transcripts to us from all of those universities that you attended, they'll evaluate that, and waivers are available based on that. Plus, if you have taken any classes for a graduate degree previously, you can transfer up to 12 hours here at AUM. So we'll take a look at the transcripts, the hours that you have accumulated, and we'll compare those to what you're supposed to be taking for your master's degree here at AUM and see what we can take and go ahead and apply that to your degree. For our international students, we welcome you at AUM. There are specific criteria for our international students. We have Ayush on the phone with us today, as well as Jason Crutchfield from Global Initiatives. And if you have questions about admission requirements for international students, now's your time. They are waiting for those questions, and they will make sure that we get those answered. And again, any questions that are asked, more than likely somebody else has that same exact question. We'll download all of this and email it to everyone in attendance. So how do you pay for graduate school? We offer several different ways that you have an ability to be able to pay for graduate school. It could be scholarships, financial aid, loans, or even employer reimbursement. So the first thing that we would say is go speak to your employer. Go to your human resources department and ask them if there is an employer reimbursement program. With an employer reimbursement program, you have zero to pay back. It's not a loan. They have said that it is a benefit to our employees, and we encourage them to go back to school. So make sure you don't leave any money on the table, and you inquire to your employer if they will help you pay for your graduate degree. The second is scholarships. And the great part about scholarships here at AUM is many of our scholarships require zero paperwork on your part. That's a wonderful thing. We get your application in. Jennifer Gardner, our scholarship manager, who is on the line with us today and will answer any questions that you have about scholarships as it comes up. Her telephone number and her email address are here. And we have a number of those scholarships with zero paperwork, and we have other scholarships that are available, and I'll show you how to find those. There are federal subsidized loans that are available. You just apply through the FAFSA. That address is here, that you can use that URL. apply to the FAFSA using AUM's Title IV school code 008310. And that'll help you qualify for federal loans to pay for your graduate school. And then lastly, military and veterans affairs benefits. We are a top 10 military friendly school. Rudy Tobias, who is here, you can see his picture here along with his telephone number, as well as his email address, can help you cut through a lot of that red tape and ask any questions that you may have regarding military, spouse, or dependent benefits towards education. Angela Smith, who is this person right here with this beautiful pink blouse on, she is our Senior Director of Financial Aid, and you can email financial aid at finaid@aum.edu. So let's hear from some folks. This is Angela Smith that we just discussed.
Hi, I'm Angela Smith. I'm the Senior Director of Financial Aid at AUM, and I'm here to give graduate students a little information about the things they can do to receive financial aid. The first thing is to fill out the FAFSA application, and that will be sent then automatically to AUM, and we will process that. You would need to check your AUM email to check for anything that we might need from you to complete your application. And keep in mind that graduate students can get student loans to assist them with their education. We're available by email at finaid@aum.edu.
Fantastic. Thank you, Angela. So to find out about scholarships, you'll need to go to aum.edu/scholarships. Once you get there, you go a little bit down the page, just drop down a little bit down the page, and you'll see two sets of scholarships in the drop-down box. You'll have graduate scholarships, that's for domestic students, and international students scholarships, and that would be exclusively for our international students. But choose one of these categories, and it will come up with boxes that look like this, that'll show you the scholarships that are available for you. Again, aum.edu/scholarships, and choose graduate scholarships for domestic and international students for international scholarships. So let's hear from Jennifer Gardner, our scholarship manager.
Hello, I'm Jennifer Gardner, the Senior Manager of Scholarships here at AUM. We know that college and coming back for graduate school is something that is a big investment for you. And a lot of schools do not offer scholarships and aid for you to complete those degrees. Here at AUM, we want to make it as affordable and possible to obtain that degree. We have a large variety of scholarships for our graduate students. The most popular that we have is our Graduate Focus Scholarship. There is a wide range of programs that are eligible for this scholarship, with most graduate programs being around 30 credit hours to complete. If the Graduate Focus Scholarship is $100 per credit hour, that could save you around $3,000 towards obtaining your degree. With the Graduate Focus Scholarship, there is no separate application needed, and we will use your admissions application to determine your eligibility. Once you are enrolled in your course, our teachers that are in the classroom to those who are wanting to do online degrees with us. We do have the AUM Military Independence Scholarship for our active military and their spouse or dependents. That scholarship information can be found on our website with the online application and required verification form to be submitted. The most common question I feel that we get with scholarships here at AUM is, how do I apply? The majority of our graduate scholarships do not require a separate application. We will use your admissions application to determine whether you are eligible to receive this scholarship or not. We do have a few that do require separate applications, such as the AUM Military Independence Scholarship, which can be found on our website. With scholarships, the most important thing to know is that there are opportunities available for you, whether it is through the institution that you are obtaining your degree, or if it's through a third-party organization. Many employers also offer employee benefits to help pay towards your college education, either an undergraduate or graduate degree. We would like to encourage you to make sure that you complete your application today during the Lunch and Learn while the application fee is waived. This is very important as we are looking to see what scholarships you could be eligible for. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us and let us know. The scholarships email is scholarships@aum.edu.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jennifer. So one of the scholarships that we have available, if you're ready to start, all right, is the Summer Incentive Scholarship. So for first-time graduate students, if you go ahead and start this summer, which the summer semester starts in May, go ahead and get your application in. And it is an automatic scholarship for first-time graduate students. The tuition is reduced by $100 per credit hour. So most classes are 3 hours long. So that's a savings of $300 per 3 credit hour class. So this is an automatic scholarship again. If you start this summer with the programs that you have seen here today, that is one that will definitely be offered to you. The credit is based on how many hours that you take. So if you take 6 hours over the summer or 9 hours over the summer, it's dependent on what you get. Then, starting in the fall, graduate focused scholarship and graduate focused scholarship for international students is available. So we've listed here the applicable graduate focused scholarship programs. And if you are a part of one of these programs, you'll receive $100 per credit hour in scholarship. So in the fall, if you decide to take 9 hours, which is a typical full-time schedule for a graduate student, that's a $900 credit towards your tuition. And these are some of our most popular programs: MBA, MHA, Healthcare Administration, Political Science, Public Administration, which, by the way, Public Administration is ranked by U.S. News and World Report. It is a ranking program for AUM, Homeland Security, Computer Science, etc. The College of Education offers scholarships, our Educator Advancement Scholarship, which is for those folks who are already in the classroom. They are teaching, they work for the education system here in Alabama. The Graduate Incentive Scholarship for those people who are not current teachers that want to become teachers. We know that the state of Alabama is desperate for teachers right now, so we encourage anyone that wants to go into education, now's the time. And then, of course, TSEC, the Temporary Special Education Certificate, which is 5 classes long to get the Class B Professional Educator Certificate for 6 through 12 education, and is valued at $50 per credit hour. So again, that's 5 classes and for the Special Education Certificate. There are also military scholarships. And again, Rudy Tobias is the person to reach out for military, and first responder scholarships. And once again, Jennifer Gardner and her contact information regarding scholarships. So let's take a poll. How many years has it been since your college graduation? I'm very interested to see how long you've taken to decide to go back to school. Terrific. We've got a lot of people on with us today. Wonderful. Well, it looks like it's pretty evenly split. Okay, so about a third of you have just graduated from college or within the last year, a third of you between 2 and 4 years, and a third of you 5 years. That just goes to show that it's never too late to go back to school, and very exciting to see. So, you know, when we think about, hey, am I ready to go back to school? It's always the time, because grad school is definitely a mix of people who are just coming out of college and people that have been out of college for a long time. And that's what makes it so interesting as well, is when you're sitting in your classes, regardless of if you are on campus or you are online, you learn from each of those individuals that are around you. Yeah. So the student support services that you have that here on campus, we want to make sure that from the time that you enter into grad school until the time that you graduate and walk across the stage, that you have an opportunity to be as successful as possible. By the time you get to grad school, there is an understanding that you have a basic foundation from your bachelor's degree and your experience in the workforce to be able to move through it. but there's always something. So we want to make sure that we can help you with that. The Warhawk Academic Success Center here at AUM is a support center specifically for students, regardless of what class that they maybe have questions regarding. So of course, you've got your professors that are there for you, and their doors are always open. But we also have the Warhawk Academic Success Center that you can say, hey, I need to talk to somebody about this subject matter. And regardless of what that subject matter is, they will find someone that can help you with the questions that you have. Secondly, research and writing assistance. We have dedicated librarians for research to help you understand where to go, how to find the information that you're looking for, and what else is available out there for you to see. And writing assistance to be able to take a look at how your papers are coming along. Are things written the way that they should be? And what suggestions that they may have as you move forward. We have Curtis check-ins here, so they'll take a look at where you stand for the semester. Are you doing well? Then we want to give you some good kudos. Could you use some help? Then we want to remind you where that assistance is and help you to get that assistance as you move forward. Your success is our success. Our Career Development Center, led by Brad Robbins, does a fantastic job at relationship building with local employers and employers across the country. They want to make sure that you are hooked up by the time that you graduate and then you've got a job to walk into. They will help you with resume services to get your resume up to par based on the new education that you have. They will help you with mock interviews. So you're ready to walk into those interviews and hit it out of the park. They will also bring employers to campus for you to meet. We just got done with our largest career fair we've ever had, with more than 60 organizations here on campus, interviewing students at the same time as talking about what they do and what they need. Health and counseling services are free to our students. We have a counseling service here, counseling office here on site, completely confidential. They do both on the phone as well as in-person counseling services, and student disability services to help make our classrooms accessible, regardless if that's online or if that is in person. Those disability services are open and available to students at any time. We have new and newly renovated housing facilities, which is fantastic, because if you are a prospective student and you would like to stay on campus, we do have housing facilities, and currently have about 1,500 students that are here that are in our housing facilities, and excited to have them. And then lastly, Warhawk Transit Services. We want to make sure that you can get to where you need to go. We have the Warhawk Transit System, so transportation is not necessary. We'll get you there and we'll get you back. These support services, regardless of if it's in the classroom, if it is for mental health, we also have Warhawk Health Services here on campus, which is a health clinic that's here on campus that for $5, you can make a visit over there as a student. So we would just want to make sure that it's well-rounded and you have support in all the areas that you need to be able to get your degree. So did you know, here at AUM, we want to make sure that our grad studies programs are flexible in the scheduling. We offer evening and online classes as well. That regardless if you're working, if you're a full-time student, or you're working, raising a family and going back to school, that there is flexibility in that schedule and you're able to achieve that degree. That AUM offers some of the lowest tuition rates among state universities. It was just a couple of years ago that Yahoo Finance rated us as a best value in the state of Alabama because of our tuition rate and the services that go along with what we offer to our students. Some programs can be completed in as little as 3 semesters. So that's 1 year, 12 months, where you can complete many of our programs. And programs are carefully designed, as we spoke a little while ago, to prepare students for a competitive professional world. We want to make sure that our degree offers something to the employer as well as to yourself to feel like you're giving back as well. And our experienced faculty offers personalized attention and a wealth of educational resources. Lastly, programs welcome full-time and part-time students. So if you just want to take a class or two in a semester to achieve your degree over the course of time, that's great too. Sometimes that works for many. As an added international student, how do I apply? So it's that time of day. It's time to, we've talked about affirming that choice, what programs that we have available, how to pay for it, why you would want to select AUM with all of our great services. But then how do I apply? Well, if you go to aum.edu/apply and you are an international student, I want you to carefully select international graduate when you get to the program. If you do not select international graduate, unfortunately, your application will be kicked out and you'll have to do it all over again, and it puts a delay on the application. So please select international graduate. Complete the entire application online and send your transcripts of all your completed coursework from your previous institutions. The AUM, we have suspended GMAT, MAT, and GRE requirements for summer and fall, but we'll have to evaluate the transcripts as well. So again, international students, please select international graduate or it will delay your application. Domestic students, same thing, aum.edu/apply. Select graduate only, just graduate. And as you complete your online application, you will need to enter the code 202311, capital A, lowercase PR, capital FW. That is the code to be able to waive your application fee. Domestic students have an application fee, and you can waive that by using this code when you apply at aum.edu/apply and select graduate. The next step is to send all your transcripts of your completed coursework from your previous institutions. That's any institution from which you have received credit. And our GMAT and GRE is suspended. Once we get your transcripts, we evaluate the transcripts, see if there's anything that we can use as credit towards your graduate degree. So poll, quick question. Are you a domestic or an international graduate student? So please select. Fantastic. Okay, so looks like about 30% of our students are domestic and 70% international. That's terrific. I'm so glad to be able to have that information. I want to make sure you know who you're talking to as well. So I can see in the questions, it says, can you apply with unofficial transcripts? We are getting back to you on that. You can apply with unofficial transcripts. However, we will need the official ones before you actually start classes. So we have here answering questions, Ronnie McKinney, our Director of Admissions, Ashley Warren, our Graduate Admissions Coordinator, Jennifer Gardner, our Scholarship Manager, and Ayush Taneja, our International Admissions Director of Global Initiatives. So, and then Jason Crutchfield is also with us from Global Initiatives and able to answer questions. I'm going to scroll back real quick because I think it's really important to be able to see how to find out about those scholarships, because we do have so many scholarships that are available. You'll end up going to aum.edu/scholarships and select either graduate scholarships or international scholarships. Our international students do not have an application code like domestic students have. So you will need to, as a domestic student, you'll need that code to put in to waive the application fee. International students do not have that. So the Summer Incentive Scholarship, for those of you who would like to go ahead and start during the summer, is for first-time graduate students, and tuition is reduced by $100 per credit hour. That's a savings of $300 per 3-hour class. And if you're taking 6 or 9 hours, that would be $600 or $900 that you'd be saving in total tuition costs. I'm going to play the video one more time of Jennifer Gardner. We had a little hiccup in the production there, but play it one more time for you guys to hear.
Next one.
Hello, I'm Jennifer Gardner, the Senior Manager of Scholarships here at AUM. We know that college and coming back for graduate school is something that is a big investment for you. And a lot of schools do not offer scholarships and aid for you to complete those degrees. Here at AUM, we want to make it as affordable and possible to obtain that degree. We have a large variety of scholarships for our graduate students. The most popular that we have is our Graduate Focus Scholarship. There is a wide range of programs that are eligible for this scholarship, with most graduate programs being around 30 credit hours to complete. Most graduate programs being around 30 credit hours to complete. If the Graduate Focus Scholarship is $100 per credit hour, that could save you around $3,000 towards obtaining your degree. With the Graduate Focus Scholarship, there is no separate application needed, and we will use your admissions application to determine your eligibility. Once you are enrolled in your courses for the semester, we will evaluate to determine how much scholarship would be awarded, and you will receive an email notifying you of that award. Our international office also offers the International Graduate Focus for specific programs within the Office of Global Initiatives. You can reach out to them for more information or look at our website. We also have scholarships within our College of Education that range from our teachers that are in the classroom to those who are wanting to do online degrees with us. We do have the AUM Military Independent Scholarship for our active military and their spouse or dependents. That scholarship information can be found on our website with the online application and required verification form to be submitted. The most common question I feel that we get with scholarships here at AUM is, how do I apply? The majority of our graduate scholarships do not require a separate application. We will use your admissions application to determine whether you are eligible to receive the scholarship or not. We do have a few that do require separate applications, such as the AUM Military Independent Scholarship, which can be found on our website. With scholarships, the most important thing to know is that there are opportunities available for you, whether it is through the institution that you are obtaining your degree, or if it's through a third-party organization. Many employers also offer employee benefits to help pay towards your college education, either an undergraduate or a graduate degree. We would like to encourage you to make sure that you complete your application today during the Lunch and Learn while the application fee is waived. This is very important as we are looking to see what scholarships you could be eligible for. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us and let us know. The scholarships email is scholarships@aum.edu.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jennifer. We're going to go back to the domestic application. This does not apply to international. If you are a domestic student and you are applying, you complete the application at aum.edu/apply, then you'll enter this code to waive the application fee. This does not apply to international students. And please, if you are an international student, you'll select international graduate. Make sure you select international graduate or your application will be delayed. For domestic students, you'll select graduate and use this code for the application waiver. If you are an international student and you are asked to enter a code, you are in the wrong application and you need to go back and go into international graduate. It is a completely different application, and we want to make sure you get to the right place as quickly as possible. So please make sure you're in international graduate application. If you're an international student, domestic students go into graduate application and use this code. So let's go back and take a look at some of the programs that we offer here at AUM. And if you would, I'd love to see what people are electing to go into. If you'd let me know what programs that you're in. And if you put that in the Q&A, we'll make sure that the program that you get selected in, that the department chair for that program is notified and get you information about that specific program. So they'll be able to provide you with the number of hours for the program, which typically range between 30 and 36 hours. Then they'll be able to let you know the classes that you could go into, and if there is any transferability of any classes that you've taken previously towards a graduate program. Oh, criminal justice, love it. MBA, of course, you can't go wrong with an MBA. Industrial and organizational psychology, big degree right now. We just started that program about 6 to 9 months ago. Such an important part of human resources right now, industrial and organizational. Instructional leadership, a necessary for our education system. Applied economics. We have 3 tracks in applied economics, including a data and analyst track, as well as 2 others. So you've definitely got some options there. Master of Public Administration, great program, an award-winning program, actually. MBA online. Oh, GIS, fantastic. Okay, the application waivers, again, if you are an international student, you do not need to have an application waiver. The international student application does not require one. If you are a domestic student, I'm going to go back down here so you guys can have that code again. If you are a domestic student and you are completing the application, you go to aum.edu/apply, select graduate. And when you get to that point in the online application, you will put in 202311, capital A, lowercase PR, capital F, capital W. Now, I'm not sure if many of you are aware of this, but many colleges and universities now use online systems like Parchment to be able to get your transcripts for your degree. So you may be able just to log online to where you achieved your bachelor's degree to order your transcripts and have them sent directly to AUM. So probably not even a telephone call that you'll have to make to get those transcripts. The sooner the better on that. Once you place that call, it doesn't take very long for them to turn that around and get it to AUM. Once we receive your transcripts, we will evaluate those transcripts. Admissions evaluates those transcripts, takes a look at it, ensures that everything looks good for that waiver for the GMAT and GRE. And if anything transfers to AUM to apply towards your graduate degree. So they'll take a look at that as well. And then, like we've discussed, many of our scholarships are paperwork free. So once you qualify, once you apply, there's an automatic, if you're taking a program that has the graduate focus, it's automatically applied. You will not get a letter as to receiving that scholarship. It will come on your tuition form from us because it's dependent on how many hours that you take. So if you're taking 6 hours, it's $600, 9 hours, $900. But you can do your graduate degree at your own pace. Many people like to do it so that it's a 3-semester program. I want to make sure that I get out in a year. Some folks, hey, I'm juggling a couple of things. I want to make sure that I can achieve that over the course of time. So I'm watching the questions come in. Do international students need to get transcripts evaluated by an organization like WES before sending it in with the application? We will get that answered. Our folks are on the line right now. And I know that's probably a question for a number of folks, Naomi. And after we complete the workshop today, we will download all these questions and make sure that we send them answers out to everyone. Can you send your official transcript to the school yourself if you already have it? For it to be an official transcript, it's got to be in a sealed envelope that's never been opened. It has to be an unopened, sealed transcript. So if you have that, Erin is responding to your question now. If you have that, then I'm sure that that will be fine, but it cannot have been opened. Are only specific classes in person? Not necessarily, Vincent. Many of our classes are available online as well. So as you are looking through once you apply and you're looking through the available classes to be able to register for, many classes will have online availability. Some of them will be on campus as well. Depends on the program and the chair for that program. But we want to make sure that we do everything we can to meet you where you are, to make sure that it's available the way that you need it. Says, please, I'm done with my application on my account. Do I need to reapply if I've not heard anything? Many of our graduate programs will go back to the department chair for that program to evaluate the application and the transcripts. So if you have applied, we have your information. No need to send it again. As long as you hit submit at the very end and you get a thank you for applying, we have that information and it is being evaluated. So you should be good. Are international graduate students required to pay application fees, or is it going to be waived? There are not application fees for international students. So international students do not have application fees. You guys got plenty of other red tape to deal with. I'm interested in Homeland Security. Do I have a chance applying with my mechanical engineering degree as an international student? Absolutely. Graduate degrees, you may have a couple of prerequisites that you'll need to take for that program. But if you have a bachelor's degree and you want to move to a different area for a master's degree, then you can certainly do that. I have a master's degree that's an MBA, but I'm considering an economics master's degree next. And if I do that, I'm sure that I'll have a couple of classes I need to take first to prepare for that. But then after that, move into the master's degree, fine. Can international students apply for unofficial transcript and a decision made? That is one that those guys will have to answer for you. And they will be right with you. What is the email I need to send my transcript to for grad school? All right, we got that. Fantastic. So if you're a graduate student and you are looking to become a student at AUM for international, you select international graduate. And complete the online application. There is no application fee for international students, but you'll select international graduate. If you go into the graduate as an international student, you'll have to start over in international. It'll delay your application. But there is no application fee for international students. For domestic students, you'll choose graduate, complete the application, and enter this waiver code 2023-11, capital A, lowercase PR, capital F, capital W, to be able to make application and the fee waived. And then you'll make your way to your previous institutions where you took college classes and have your transcript sent to AUM. The question is, can I apply for 2 different programs? Of course. We want you to make sure that you get the program that you want, but I can also set you up, Lawrence, so that we can get you all the information for both courses before you apply, for both degrees before you apply, so you can determine if you would like to do that or not. We have a number of students who want to take both MBA, Masters of Business Administration, and MHA, Healthcare Administration, and have 2 master's degrees when they finish. That is something that the department chair is helping students work through personally. So if it is something that's close like that, Lawrence, then we'll certainly be able to work with you to find something that works. If it's 2 completely separate programs, probably something that you'll have to decide on which one that you would like to do. Oh, that's a great one. This is, I have a bachelor's of science in microbiology and a master of public health, and I want to apply for master of mental health counseling. That's fantastic. You're right in the right place. Dr. Paul Hard is the chair for that particular program. And he does an excellent job with mental health counseling. It happens to be in our College of Education, and you would really enjoy that program. I highly recommend it to you, and you'll fit right in. There are graduate assistantship opportunities available. Many of our international students who come have scholarships that are granted to them, as well as graduate assistantships. Once again, there is not a waiver code for international applicants. If you have to put in a waiver code, you are in the wrong application. So international students need to select international graduate. If you do not select international graduate, your application will be rejected, and you'll have to go back in and do your application again because it goes to 2 separate departments. And we want to make sure that it gets to the correct department and is not delayed. So please make sure as an international student, you select international graduate, and there is not a waiver code for international graduate. You do not have a application fee. The application fee does not exist for international graduate students. For domestic students, you'll use this code. Thank you so much, Ashley. Ashley Warren, who is over our graduate admissions program, just let me know that if you can't, domestic students can have their transcripts sent electronically to admissions@aum.edu. Again, domestic students can have transcripts sent electronically to can have transcripts sent electronically to admissions with an S, admissions@aum.edu. That makes it easy, Ashley. Thank you so much. The question is, I already started my application before I started facing technical challenges. Am I able to sign in, and can I change the program? Yes, you can. You can sign in and change the program. I'm interested in social work and public health. Who would be the department chair for either of these programs? Our social work program, if you hadn't asked, I had it on the tip of my tongue. Somebody help me. It starts with cash. I'll think of it in a few minutes, but that is a program that is doing excellent work. And our master's degree, thank you so much, Ashley. Our master's degree should be starting very shortly for social work. Again, when you're ready to send your transcripts, your certified transcripts, they can be emailed if you're a domestic student to admissions@aum.edu. I have a bachelor's degree in education arts, but I want to do law. Is it a good choice? Also, I didn't see law, so I was opting for political science. Could you help me with some advice? Abigail, thank you so much for the question. We do not offer a law degree. We do offer a degree in criminal justice with a concentration in legal studies, which is a great opportunity because there's many things to do in law beyond just being a lawyer. So I would highly recommend that you reach out to Dr. Courtney Wade. And because you are a part of this program, we will also be sending your information to her. But it's criminal justice with a concentration in legal studies. And she can also provide you with all the information for that particular program. Wonderful program. But the political science is also a good alternative. I don't have any advice because both of those sound like incredibly interesting things to do. But it would be worth reaching out to Dr. Courtney Wade about the legal studies program. And the political science program is actually the chair. His name is Andrew Cortell, Dr. Andrew Cortell. And his program, public administration's program, is actually ranked by U.S. News and World Report. So a very well recommended program. Can someone with a BA in History and International Studies apply for liberal arts? Emmanuel, great question. And yes, you absolutely can. The department chair for the Master of Liberal Arts would welcome you into that program. That's a great background for that. I'll have a diploma in accounting and I want to do a master's degree in economics. Oh, what a great background to go into economics. We have a new department chair for economics. His name is Dr. James Francisco, and a fantastic leader for the economics program. You'll get a lot of it and a lot of one-on-one attention, which for a program like economics is a nice to have. You'll learn a lot from those folks, and they do a lot of independent research as well. So you'll get a lot of hands-on experience in the economics program. Okay, so is MBA the only business program? Esther, no, ma'am. We actually offer a variety of business programs with a master's degree, especially our MAC program, our Masters of Accounting. We did not have it up on the screen earlier, but the AUM Masters of Accounting program is a sought after program. We typically have a full roster of students for that program, always accepting new students, of course, but AUM is known for its accounting programs. And the Dr. Lane, who is over we actually have a school of accountancy. Dr. Lane, who is over that program, is renowned in the Tri-County area, the Montgomery area, the capital of Alabama, for all of the students who have graduated from that program. So I would highly recommend the Masters of Accounting program here at AUM. Can someone with a background in medical anthropology do a program in public administration, or I think you're asking political science? Absolutely, yes. If you have a bachelor's degree in any degree area, anthropology actually would work pretty well with public administration or public policy. I would highly recommend it. You will enjoy the folks that are over there. They are highly involved with the local network, the local government here in Montgomery, which happens to be the capital of the state of Alabama. And so if you have a history in anthropology, that's fine. It'll just be new subject matter for you. But any bachelor's degree, for the most part, will qualify you for a master's degree. Again, you may have to take a couple of prerequisite courses to gear up for that particular program. But by the time that you have a bachelor's degree and work experience, I think the general consensus is that you have a good background to be able to start that next level of classes. So go ahead and apply. Again, you may have to take 1 or 2 classes before you move into the master's degree program, those specific classes, but that's not enough to warrant not pursuing what you would like to do. But you'll get 1 semester or 2 semesters out of the way and then be able to pursue that master's degree. I'm interested in psychology and have previous experiences in doing research. but never got the chance to publish it, will it still count as a research experience? Shakira, you know what? That's a fantastic question. And one that I know that the department chair for psychology, her name is Dr. Clarissa Chavez. And Dr. Chavez, we have about 8 research labs here on campus for psychology, and they continue to do those research labs here. I am sure that she would be very interested in what you have done and be able to take a look at that and see if it would apply. But regardless, I would highly recommend that you go ahead and apply for the program and let them know in that, and maybe even attach it as documentation that this is something that you have been involved with and that experience is there. I'm sure that is something that they would highly appreciate. Do you have services for those who are neurodivergent and are taking classes online or otherwise? Absolutely. Our campus disability services area should be able to help you, and in any way possible that they can. Mona asks, I have my BS in psychology and child and family. Does AUM have a graduate program that would coincide with my current degrees outside of just mental health? Yes, we actually just started. I wonder, Mona, I'm not sure if you've thought about going into education, but there is a lot of movement towards moving towards education or industrial and organizational psychology. I would say take a look at the programs that are available. If there is something else that you would like to do, your degree in psychology and the experience that you have would qualify you for a number of different areas. So I wouldn't limit yourself, and to go ahead and take a chance on something. It probably sounds like you're not wanting to move into something outside or move into something that is completely different than what you have been doing. But there's certainly something that if you're interested in it, I would say go ahead and apply, and let's see, let's get you into a program that you think sounds attractive to you. What graduate course can someone who has a bachelor's degree in geology go for? Asking for a friend. Oh, that's so fun. Okay. Well, I would say I wouldn't go for accounting if you have a degree in geology. Sorry, I'm going to start cracking. That was a good question. Okay, if you have a degree in geology and you want to get a master's degree in something else, you probably don't want to go into accounting, okay? But there is probably something out there that you would like to go into. You get your master's in liberal arts. You could get your MBA, okay? You may have to take a couple of prerequisite classes to get your MBA, just to make sure that you're ready for like an accounting class or an economics class. But just because you have a bachelor's degree, that doesn't necessarily say, you know, I have my psychology degree, now I want to go into public administration. There's nothing preventing that from happening. I would encourage you to not think that your college degree and the subject matter of that degree limits you to that particular area, because it does not. There are people that jump from one area to another. I've had numerous individuals that started out in education and moved to get a master's of healthcare administration. So that is, in fact, the psychology degree would probably help you in healthcare administration. So I encourage you to not limit yourself just based on, hey, I have a business degree, I need to step up to an MBA. I totally understand that. That's what I did. But my next degree, you know, maybe I jump over to liberal arts. It's one of those things that you have a bachelor's degree, you've set a good foundation for yourself. But as we talked earlier, are you laughing at me? As we talked earlier, whenever it comes to a graduate degree, you can move yourself up both socioeconomically, okay, and stability wise by having this graduate degree. So there's a 20% increase between from the Department of Bureau of Labor Statistics here in the United States between getting your bachelor's degree and having a master's degree. It's even higher if you are about 30% if you go on to get your doctorate or a professional degree. And the money's good. I mean, you guys basically told me I'm going to eat my hat because I thought money would have been the number one motivation, but it's not. Okay. Based on what you guys said, the number one motivation is personal achievement. Okay. And a skill set. And that's a wonderful thing. So if you have a psychology degree and you want to jump over to healthcare administration, do it. Absolutely do it. That psychology experience is going to help you in a healthcare administration degree. A graduate degree also assists you in establishing stability in your career. The higher your education, the less likely that you are to be unemployed. And again, whenever it comes to, even though the motivation from the poll that we had earlier was not for personal gain, which would be income or promotion, all right, but it certainly sets you apart in the resume field. So again, the person that asked has a psychology degree and they want to go into economics, by all means, I think that it gives you a well-rounded resume to be able to go to an employer and say, okay, I'm ready and I can use these skills that I have had in my previous experience to move forward. Okay, well, that is, basically they've hooked me and said, hey, it's 12 o'clock. This is the end, but I want to know, but I just want to make sure that those people that are still with us that are international students, once you apply, then you use aum.edu apply. International students go to international graduate, not to delay your applications, because otherwise they will be delayed. They'll be kicked out and you'll have to go back in and do it again. So make sure you choose international graduate. And then for domestic students, use this waiver code for the application fee. Choose graduate, this waiver code. There is not a fee for international students. I want to thank everybody very much for being in attendance and all of these folks that make the magic happen at AUM. We're proud to be able to help you kind of affirm this decision of going to graduate school and being able to offer such a wide array of degree programs. If you'd like to reach out or have any other questions, please feel free to use our website. The directory is open and available to you to be able to email these folks. Thank you, guys. We look forward to seeing you on campus or online. Bye-bye.